Welcome. I'll start this over. How are you? So thank you for tuning in, for opening up your devices or your computer, or maybe you're broadcasting me on your television.
I'll start this over.
There we go. Okay, so hi, my name is Kelly and this is Maxwell. Maxwell will be joining us for the time with his chicken. And so this is Yoga Fit. We will start warming up on the mat, on our back. I'm doing a little core work and then we'll start flowing, warm up the body and have a few challenging poses. I'll always show you modifications. So stick with me and we'll be done by 9 o'clock. So it's 8:07, so let's get started. Roll down on your back. Everything's still no sound. I'm good now, right? That would be a tragedy. I'm good now, right? Somebody. Give me a shout out that you can hear me. Yes, thank you, Melissa. Okay, lie back, on your back. Maxwell, you're in my way. Oh my goodness. Okay, so bring your knees into your chest. I do this a lot in the beginning because it helps settle the lower back, or first it stretches the lower back when you bring your knees into your chest, but then also gives it a little stretch with your knees being brought in. So think about your pelvis tilts when you bring your knees into your chest. And then kind of it's the same type of movement when you pull your knees into your chest as if you were tucking your pelvis standing, which is not always a good thing. But here it's okay because your feet are off of the ground and your natural curve of your back is happening. Extend your right leg out and then your left leg out on the floor. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. There's Maxwell. Reach your arms, spread your blades apart and then set your shoulders down. Bring your feet flat onto the floor. Rock your knees to the left and then to the right. And then extend your right leg up straight and your left leg up straight. So now stretching your lower back on the floor. Sweep your hands to the mat. Just notice what happens to your lower back when you do that. Your lower back presses into the floor or flattens onto the floor. Now reach your arms overhead and notice what happens. Your lower back lifts up when you reach the arms over your head. Good. Now relax the shoulders again. Lower your right leg. Start to lower the right leg straight. Halfway and then lift up. So straighten the right leg. And then the left leg just halfway and then lift up. Now focus on your lower back. Press the lower back into the floor by engaging your core muscles. Straighten your legs as straight as you can get them. Pressure back into the floor. Lower your leg again halfway. Inhale and lift. Lower the left leg halfway. And then lift. If you need to, support your back. Place your hands beside your hips. Otherwise, keep this energetic long lever lift of the legs alternating. And then maybe you can bring the leg comfortably though, all the way down, hovering over the floor, and then lift up. Straighten your legs all the way down, hover, and then lift. Do it again. And then one more time on each side. Good. Now bend your knees 90 degrees, flex your feet, bring your arms out like a cactus, then place your hands behind your ears. Press your elbows towards the floor. Keep your knees bent 90 degrees, draw in your abs so your lower back is pressing into the floor. Now keep your elbows out of your peripheral vision and lift your shoulders up and reach your right elbow towards your right knee. You can keep your knees together and then lower down. Now do the opposite direction. So left shoulder up and then down. So rather than bringing your elbow in towards your knee, just lift up your shoulder towards the knee and then lower. Chin off your chest, do that again. So now let's add to that. Bring your knee towards the shoulder and then bring your legs together. Don't bring your elbow in, your shoulder in, and then together. So do that again. So we're gonna do this, repeating this movement over, right, and then left. Shoulder across, not elbow across, okay? So shoulder blade up, bring the knee in, and try to straighten your leg more. Straighten the leg. Elbow stays back. Don't let it sneak forward. A little bit harder to do this. More work for your core, your obliques, the muscles that run down the sides. Do it 8 more times. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Put your head down. Extend the right leg out, left leg out. Reach the arms overhead and stretch. Inhale. And now roll over to your side and come up to a seated position. Facing me, facing your device or your television or computer, your screen. Bring your feet together and sit up tall. Let your knees drop out to the sides, and maybe you can pull your heels in closer, or maybe you need to bring your feet out farther away from you, from the groin. So sitting up tall, hold the ankles, and then bring your hands to your feet. When you do that, you may lean forward more. Feel the stretch in your lower back right there. And then use your hands and give your heels a little pressure massage. And then press into the arches of your feet. Good. Did you wash your feet last night? If not, who cares, right? Okay, so now you're gonna sweep your legs together and come onto your knees and your hands. Reach your right arm and set that down. Left arm and set that down. Okay, so your focus, shoulders level. So reach the arm, keep the shoulders level. And then the other side, keep the shoulders level. So you're gonna do that now with the hips. So just extend the right leg back straight. You can keep your toes tucked under, feel the bottom of your feet stretch, press into the hands. Now lift your leg so it hovers over the floor, but don't do a back bend right here. Just lift it up. Abs in, so pull the belly away from the floor. Now bend your knee and set that down. Change sides. Just extend out the leg straight first. Tuck your toes under. Now lift your leg. Breathe in. And now set it down. And now let's do it together. So try to do it at the same time. Shoulders level, hips level, right arm, left leg. And then set that down. Other side. Extension of both the arm and the leg at the same time. Shoulders level, hips level. That just makes you work your abs. It's more control. Now place that down. Now 3 elbow to knee. Round your back, touch, and then extend. Shoulders level, hips level. Do that again. Extension. Good. Place your hand down. And then the other side. Reach, arm and leg, shoulder and hips level. Bring it in, touch, round the back, and then reach. Bring it in, touch, and reach. One more time. And then reach. Good. Now set your hand down. Walk your hands forward about a handprint. Press into the floor. Lift up your hips. Downward facing dog. You may have to slide your feet back further so that your lower back has space. When your feet are in closer to your hands in a short downward dog,
it can compromise the lower back. So a longer downward dog is better. In other words, the angle at the hips from the thighs to the belly should be bigger so that your lumbar spine has space. Good. Now bring your right leg, or lift your right leg up, bring your right foot forward between your hands, set your knee down, and then bring the hands to the thigh and just sit up for a moment, or bring the chest up. Inhale and reach your arms up. Exhale your hands to the floor. Lift up your foot, downward facing dog. Now the left side, lift up your left leg, left foot forward, set your knee down. Inhale, reach your hands to your thigh. Lift up your chest first. Then you can reach the arms up, straighten them out, pull your abs in. Exhale your hands down to the floor. Press into the floor, lift your foot, downward dog. Now we'll take it up a little bit higher. Inhale, right leg up. Step your right foot forward. Keep the knee off the mat this time. Hands to your thigh. Inhale, reach your arms. Straighten the back leg. Good. Exhale your hands to the floor. Press into the floor. Lift your foot, downward dog. Left leg, inhale. Left foot forward. High lunge. Hands to your thigh first. Get your balance. Shoulders back, abs in. Reach up. Inhale. Good. Exhale your hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Good. Now inhale, right leg up. Warrior one position. Right foot forward. Set your heel down and knee over ankle. Reach your chest away from, or lift your chest up. Press into that rear foot. Warrior one, looking forward. Good. Exhale your hands to the floor. Press into the floor. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg up. Left foot forward. Spin your heel down, warrior one. Inhale, reach to your arms, warming up your body. Exhale your hands to the floor. Press into the floor and come to downward dog. Right leg, inhale. Right foot forward. Spin your heel down, warrior two. Right there, arms straight. Look over the front hand, knee over your ankle. Make those adjustments, you guys, along the way. So pay attention to your alignment, your knees, your feet. Keep pressing into your feet. Where's your grounding? Good. Now hands to the floor. Press into the floor. Downward facing dog. Left leg up, left foot forward. Warrior two, heel to the floor. Knee over your ankle. Reach up and over. Arms forward and back. Relax your shoulders. Good. Now exhale your hands to the floor. Downward facing dog. Changing it up. Come forward into plank. 5 breaths. If you need to, set your knees down. Otherwise, stay right here. Press into the floor. Spread your fingers and feel the toes tucked under behind you. Right there. Right? So toes tucked under. Look back. Then look down between the thumbs. 3 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale, breathe in, breathe out, take another deep breath, and now shift forward, lower down to the mat, all the way. Put your chin down, if that's okay. Then reach the hands to the sides or beside your chest, elbows draw in, press your feet into the floor, feel the feet back there. And then lift your chest up away from the floor. Look forward, elbows in. Exhale, lower. Do that again. Pull the head away from the floor, chest away from the floor, elbows in, abs in. Exhale, lower. Do it one more time, warming up the spine, strengthening the back, the posterior chain, the posture muscles. Exhale, lower. Now tuck your toes, press into the floor, downward facing dog. Power. Breathe. Now I want you to pedal your heels. Reach your heels towards the back of the mat one at a time, pedaling the heels very slowly and controlled. Press the toes into the floor, the balls of your feet into the floor, reaching your heels right and left. Good. Now look forward, and as you look forward, start to walk your feet to your hands, walking it all the way in. Pick your toes up and set them down. Fold over. Then lengthen the head forward, flat back, everyone. This is super important. So when you lift up from a folding position, you need to lift up always with a flat back. I know in the past probably you've done some rounding, or instructors have taught you to, or instructed to round the back and come up, but it's actually safer and better for the spine to lift up with a flat back. So you're pulling from your core muscles to lift up. So pull your abs in, press into your feet, and then lift all the way up with a flat back. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Bring your hands to your heart. Standing in your right and in your left foot. So balancing on the left leg, lift up your right knee. Go ahead and rotate your foot around at the ankle joint, and then rotate the opposite direction. Good. All right, so now we're going to bring the foot behind you. Use something for balance if you need to. Go ahead and get a chair if you need to help. Need help with balance. So your foot comes behind, then bring your fingers over the top of the toes and pull the heel into the glute. Stretching your quadricep, just staying right here for a couple of breaths. Breathing, let's reach the arm up, the left arm. Inhale. And then let your foot go, but don't touch down unless you have to. Place your right ankle on your left knee. Keep this knee over your ankle. Again, balance on with something nearby if you have to, otherwise stay right here. Excellent, now lift up, lift your knee, and then change sides. So set your foot down. Standing in your right foot, lift up your left knee, shoulders back, feel your toes, the ball of your foot, your heel. Now start to bring that foot behind you. So getting a quad stretch, but then feel the toes, pull the heel into the glute, stretching the thigh, the hip flexors. Inhale, reach your right arm up. Feel your foot on that sticky mat, pressing into that cushiony surface. Now bring the left knee forward, place the ankle on the opposite knee, sink your hips down. Go ahead and flex your foot. When you flex your foot, spread your toes apart. Maxwell, what are you doing? What are you doing? I know, I see your chicken. I didn't mean to get your attention like that. Okay, so now lift up, set your foot down. Whoops, I'm sorry. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. With a flat back. In fact, bring your hands to your hips, hinge forward all the way. And then let your head drop over the crown of the head facing the mat. Lengthen your head forward. Go through a vinyasa. So step back this time. So you're in plank, shift forward, lower down, chest to the mat. Up dog or cobra. If you're coming into up dog, squeeze those thighs, push the floor away, chest up, and then flip over your toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg up. And then bring your right foot forward between your hands, coming into reverse warrior. So all the way up and over, reach your arms, feel the body, and then side angle. So we're gonna dance, dancing warrior, arm over the ear, and reverse. Good, and then one more time. Reverse. Excellent. Now reach your right arm forward. We're going into a balancing pose, half moon pose. So reach your arm forward as far as you can. Bring your hand down to a block, or practice this hovering. We did this on Tuesday. If you just lift up the left foot and hover, unless you want to come into that full half moon pose where your hand is on the floor. Whoops, I lost my balance. Or you can just hover, strengthening the left leg. Good. Now lift up, set your foot on the floor, reverse warrior, and then sweep your hands over to the mat around your foot and go through a vinyasa. So high plank, lower down, upward facing dog, exhale back, downward facing dog. So picking up our pace a bit. Inhale on your breath. Step your left foot forward. Set your heel down, reverse warrior. Knee over your ankle in the front. Keep making those adjustments, you guys. Alignment. Reverse, side angle. Keep your body's the side straight. You don't need to reach for the floor. Just stay right here, reverse. So make it more about the next pose rather than trying to go so far with side angle. Reverse. And now reach your arm forward, reach forward more, and then slide your foot in, lift the right leg up, hover and balance. So a hovering half moon pose. You can reach down for the floor if you'd like to. Inhale, exhale, inhale, set your foot on the floor, reverse warrior. And then bring your hands over and go through a vinyasa. Hands to the mat, leg goes back, lower down, upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Inhale, lift your right leg up, turn your toes out, and bend your knee. Extend the leg straight, right foot forward between your hands. So we're going to do the same thing again, but we're going to repeat it on the right side 4 times. Lift up, reverse warrior, up and over. Good. And now reach your arm forward. So we're going into that everyone hover half moon, lift, stand on that right leg, reach the right arm, breathe, lift the left leg up, set your foot down, reverse warrior, adding a pose. So think you're gonna step your feet together for chair pose. So look forward, step together, chair, sink your hips down, inhale. Now lift all the way up and lift onto the balls of your feet, strengthening the bottom of your feet, the soles of your feet, the ankles, lower down into chair. Lift up your left leg, and it'll start to extend that leg back straight. Warrior 3, all the way. Reach your arms. Set your foot down. Spin your heel down. Reverse warrior. Good. And now reach forward. Round number 2. So shift. Lift your left foot, hover half moon. Good. Now set your foot down, reverse. Inhale. Think about coming into chair pose. So step your feet together, chair pose. Inhale, lift up on the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower down, chair pose. Lift your left leg into warrior 3. Reach your arms forward. Extend the leg back straight. Find the floor with your left foot, reverse warrior. I had to move back a little bit. Good. Now reach forward. Half moon, hovering, so strengthening that left leg. Good. Set your foot down, reverse warrior. Thinking about chair. Stepping forward, chair pose. Inhale. Lift up onto the balls of your feet. Bring the heels down. Lift up your left leg, left foot, warrior 3. Breathe. Set your foot down, reverse warrior. Hovering half moon, reach your arm, lift up the leg, breathe in, and then set your foot down, reverse warrior. Chair, last time. Reach, chair pose, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale down, lift up your left foot, warrior 3, get your balance. Breathe, lengthen the arms, the leg. Set your foot down, reverse warrior. And vinyasa right here. So place your hands on the floor, leg goes back, shift forward, lower down, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. Come into plank. 5 breaths. Lift your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, set that down. Lift your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, set that down. Right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, and then left leg. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, inhale. Turn your toes out and bend your knee, twisting downward facing dog before we get moving on this side. Extend the leg. Now bring your left foot forward. Set your heel down, reverse warrior. This is the beginning of 4. So you're working that left leg. Concentrate on your left foot mostly, you guys, but also the alignment of your knees and then your abs being contracted. All right, so reach over, hovering half moon. So lift up, straighten your leg, set your foot down, reverse warrior. Thinking about coming to chair, step your right foot forward to your left. Sink down, knees together, lift up, lift your heels off the floor, come down, lift your right foot up, and then extend the leg back, warrior 3. Try to get your legs straight, arms straight in front of you. Set your foot on the floor, heel on the floor, reverse warrior. Good. And now reach forward, hovering, half moon. Up, lift. You've got it. Set your foot on the floor, reverse. And then step forward, chair. Inhale. Up on the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower, chair. Lift your right foot up. Leg goes back, warrior 3. Beautiful job. Full extension of the body. Set your foot down. Reverse warrior. Again. Hovering, half moon. Lift up. Much better that time. Set your foot down. Reverse. Step forward, right foot, chair. Good. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower. Lift your right foot up, extend the leg back. Reach before you set your foot down. Set your heel down, reverse. Last one. Hovering half moon. Get your balance first. Knee over your ankle in the front. Straighten the leg, both the front and the back. Set your foot down, reverse. So strengthening your foot with all this balancing and your ankle. Step forward, chair. Inhale, up, balls of your feet. Exhale, lower. Lift your right leg up. Warrior 3. Shift your weight. Or your leg back, arms forward. Set your foot down. Last time, reverse. And then go through a vinyasa. And then we're going to come to forearm plank. Lowering down, lift up through. So as you're recovering, adding an intense strengthening pose. So come forward into plank, set your knees down, and come down to your forearms. Press into the forearms, stay right here, or lift your right leg up, stretch it out. You have to, you can keep your knees on the floor, in other words. Set that knee down, now lift your left knee. Good. Now lift both knees up and then tap the knees together. Lift up. Do that again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the knees. Exhale. Do it again. Inhale. Exhale. 4 more times. Straighten and tap. Straighten and tap. 2 more. Straighten and then tap. 1 more time. Straighten and then tap. Good. All right, stay on your forearms. Lift your knees. Walk your feet in towards your elbows for dolphin pose. Press your forearms into the mat. So if you look up here, I'm really pressing into my forearms and my palms are staying apart, parallel, if that's okay. You'll find how tight your shoulders are right there. But if you're looking up here, I'm basically downward facing dog just on my forearms. So make sure you're not here. You want to have your head right between the elbows and looking back. Look back at your thighs. You can turn your head right and left. So this is a great shoulder, upper back strengthener, but don't crowd your ears with your shoulders. Beautiful job. Step your feet closer together. Lift your right leg up. Stretch it out away from you. So basically like three-limb dog, but now we're in dolphin with the leg up. Now lower that leg and lift your left leg up. Inhale. And then lower. Good. Now bring your knees to the mat wide. Bring your feet together. Put the top of your feet on the floor and walk your hands in underneath your body. Hands on beside your face. Turn your head to the left in child's pose. Lift your head and turn it the other way. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and look between the thumbs. Walk your hands forward. Press into the floor. Lift up the hips. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Lift your right leg up. Turn your toes out and bend your knee. Rotate at the ankle joint. If you want to, get a half wheel in or a half back bend. Set your foot on the floor. Rise up on the fingertips, the right hand, and lift up and over. Flipping your dog. Lift your hips. Exhale your right hand to the floor. Lift the right leg up. Inhale. Step your right foot forward. Keep your heel up. Inhale, crescent pose. Good. Reach your arms straight. Now bring your palms to your heart. Hinge forward. Put your elbow on the outside of your thigh and twist. So your shoulders turn, but not your hips. Keep your hips level. So you'll feel that right hip stretching, the left flexors on the left hip. Great. Take another breath in. Exhale that out. Inhale. And open up, warrior two. Okay, so we're gonna do the same sequence again and add in crescent pose with a twist. So reach forward, balancing on the right leg, hovering half moon, up, get your balance. Set your foot down, reverse warrior. Step forward, chair pose. Again, lift up, strengthening the ankles, lift the heels. Set your heels down, chair pose. Abs in this whole time. Lift your left foot up, extend the leg back straight, warrior three. Try to get a really long, lengthened warrior three. Leg back, arms straight. Now find the floor. Reverse warrior. Excellent. Now, reach forward, lift your heel, crescent pose. Palms together to your heart. So think you're turning your shoulders, not your hips. Their hips stay straight. So straighten the back leg, that helps with that. First, tilt your body forward and then turn, elbow to the outside of your leg. Press your palms together, elbow points up, extend through that back leg. Don't let the leg get lazy. Excellent. Inhale, untwist, reverse warrior. Let's do it again. Reach forward. Floating half moon. Lift the leg, reach the arm. Set your foot down, reverse warrior. And here's your chair pose. Reach forward, chair pose. Inhale, lift up onto the balls of your feet. Set your heels down, chair pose. Lift your right leg, extend the leg back straight. Behind you, warrior three, set your foot down. And then reach your arms first, don't lift up yet. Now reach up, crescent pose right here. Hands to your heart, and then turn your shoulders. So now you're really feeling that right side. Good, inhale, reach up. We're just gonna do one more. Reverse warrior. Floating half moon, balance, up. Set your foot down, reverse.
Here's your chair. Step forward. Reach your arms, chair. Lift up onto the balls of your feet, all the way up. Exhale down. Lift your right leg and extend it back straight. Warrior 3. Set your foot down. Reach your arms first. Inhale, crescent pose. Exhale, twist. Remember, shoulders turn, not your hips. Inhale, reverse warrior. And then let's vinyasa. And we'll go to the other side. Reach all the way over, hands to the floor. Vinyasa, leg goes back, all the way down. Lift up through, up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, inhale. Turn your toes out. Bend your knee. Flip this over if you'd like. Your option. Push the floor away, look up. Then exhale, unflip, left leg goes up. Inhale. Exhale, left foot forward. Reverse warrior on this side. So reverse. And then floating half moon. Up. Exhale, put your foot on the floor. Reverse warrior. Sometimes you do lose your balance. Only human, right? All right, so now chair pose. Inhale, lift up on the balls of your feet. Exhale, lower down. Lift your right leg up. Warrior 3. Set your foot down. Then lift your chest up as you inhale. Palms together, hips squared, shoulders forward. Turn your shoulders, elbow on the outside of your leg. Twisting crescent pose or revolved crescent. Inhale, set your heel down, reverse. Going into the second one of this series. Reach forward, hovering half moon. Exhale down, put your foot down, reverse. So strengthening that left side, chair pose, step forward. Inhale, lift your heels up. Exhale, lower. Lift your right leg up. Extend it back. Reach that leg, get a full warrior 3, straighten the leg. Set your foot down, heel down, reverse. Whoops. Lift your heel, crescent pose. That's where we're supposed to go. So crescent pose, let's everybody get in that same place. Crescent pose, right leg back. Straighten the right leg, knee over your ankle. Bring your hands to your heart. Hinge forward and then turn. We'll do this one more time. Inhale, lift your heel or set your heel down, reverse. Last time. Sweep forward. I know you're feeling that left leg hovering, half moon. Up, reach. Set your foot down, reverse, and come to chair pose. Step forward, chair. Inhale, lift up on the balls of your feet. Set your heels down. Lift your right leg up. Warrior 3. Extension of the leg back. Good. Set your foot down. Crescent pose. Good. Now we started right. Hands to your heart. Hinge forward. Elbow outside of the leg. Lengthen through your back leg. Draw that left hip back and under. Excellent. Inhale. Warrior or reverse warrior. Vinyasa. Press into the floor, lowering down, lift up through, up dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog for just one breath. A little more intensity before we go into a yin pose or a hold. Shift forward into plank. Set your knees down. Come down to your forearms. So remember, we are also in this next series of classes working on core specifically and your abs. So defining the abs, adding a little bit of definition, or lengthen the side. So lift your right knee, set your knee down, lift your left knee, set your knee down. So you can alternate that, or both knees up, press into your forearms and tap. 10, 9, up, 8, up, 7, up,
6, up, 5, up, 4, up, 3, straighten, 2, straighten, 1, straighten. Good. Now start to look behind you. Bring the head between the elbows. Walk your feet in towards your elbows. So maybe you can get a little closer. Push the floor away. Again, you can look up here if you need to. It's downward facing dog. I'm just on my forearms. My ears are between my arms. Then lift your right leg up, stretch it out. Breathe. If you have pincha, mayurasana, or forearm stand in your practice, carefully do that. We'll have time for that. Lower down. I'm not teaching that online. That is at your risk. Press your forearms into the floor. Leg up, dolphin pose. Breathe. Then lower. Good. Set your knees down wide on the mat. Then bring the arms in. Arms to your sides. Let your shoulders tip forward. Temple. Right temple on the floor. Turning your head to the left or the right. Then lift your head up and turn it the other way. Great. So place your hands on the floor. Lift your head up. Bring your legs in towards each other. Tuck your toes and sit on your heels. So you can use your fingers and press your heels in towards each other. So stretching at the toe joint, sitting up tall, bring your hands to your heart. Looking forward, inhale, exhale. Now open your eyes if they were closed, place your hands on the floor, lift your knees, and bring your heels together up on the balls of your feet. And you can practice balancing right here if you don't want to try to work on crane pose. Otherwise, bring your hands to the floor. Spread your fingers, lift your knees into your upper outer arms and lean forward, shift forward, round your back, press into your hands, lift your toes off the floor, point your toes. Bring your heels towards your glutes. Breathe. And then set your feet down. Beautiful job. Now, bring your hands close to your feet. Press into your hands, set your heels down, and fold over. Bring your hands to your shins, relax your shoulders, lift your toes and reach your yogi fingers around your right big toe, left yogi fingers around the left big toe, and then pull your against the toes, lengthening the back of your legs. Keep a slight bend in the knees if you want to, but then pull the belly away from the thighs. Breathe. So your elbows point out. Breathing in and out. Good. Now let your toes go. Bring your feet together again. Lift your heels. Squeeze your legs in towards each other. Look forward and balance. Hands to your heart. Smile. Shoulders relaxed. Stay here or separate your knees and place your hands down. Walk your hands forward. Second time, arm balance. So lift your hips, round your back so your abs engage. Look forward, shift your weight forward, lift up your toes, point your feet, bring your heels towards your glutes. Breathe, press into your fingertips, your brakes. Set your feet down, beautiful job. This time, you're gonna sit behind your heels. Extend your legs out straight in front of you. Beautiful, 8:51. So sit up tall. If you're watching this on recording, we're almost done. We've got about 7 more minutes. So, and then you'll be on with the rest of your day, whatever time of day it is. Look forward
And then walk your hands just like when we forward folded standing. You want to keep space right here, so don't start to round like that, right? You want to hinge forward, keeping your ribs, the length of your ribs and your pelvic bones or hip bones separated. So if I round, they come together. If I keep my back straight, there's length in for my lumbar spine, and then folding forward, then you'll feel your hamstring stretch, and just stop where you feel comfortable, right? Inhale, then exhale, walk your hands forward more, maybe you get a little more length, and maybe you can reach around the bottom of your feet or grab your big toes, right? So press your big toes into your fingers and then lower your head towards your knees, your nose towards your knees. Maybe your nose, you can come all the way down, getting that full length. Breathe in and breathe out. 3 more breaths. You can think of this as the yin pose, the pose where you come to an edge. But coming to that edge, find a way to soften into it. So relax your shoulders and relax your jaw. Take another deep breath in. Exhale that out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale and lift. All the way up. Roll your shoulders up and back. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left knee. Bring your fingertips beside your right hip, and just grab the leg and sit up tall, right? So shoulders back. Now start to turn your shoulders, not your hips. Your sitting bones are grounding you to keep your hips level. So getting a good stretch in the lower back on that right side, your QL muscle, quadratus lumborum. You can also, if you want to take this further, you can make this more in your hips, or the hips are part of the stretch of the spine. Sweep your right heel or left heel into your right glute and do the same turn, fingertip behind. And if you do that, I want you to bring your hands together and we'll turn your left palm facing out and your right palm facing in, and hook your fingers and use that resistance to turn the body and pull the leg pull the arm into the leg. Good. Now untwist and look forward. Extend your legs out straight. Let's do the other side. So now your left foot on the outside. Find your sitting bones and sit up tall first. Place this foot on the floor, but press into it. Reach your arm around. Grab that leg and fingertips behind and turn. So your shoulders are turning. Your hips are staying grounded by your sitting bones. And then you can lift up, pull that heel into your glute. So you're not sitting on the heel, but your heel is right beside the glute. You're still pressing into this foot. Press this leg down into the mat. Then bring the arm around the leg and turn. And then turn your right palm facing out and your left palm facing in, and hook your fingers. Now use that to pull the leg in as you pull the hands against each other. Breathing. Leverage to add twist. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Now look forward and let your legs go. Let your leg go. Bring your feet together, just like we started class. So the soles of your feet together, press the feet into each other, then open your feet up like a book. So the edge of your feet touching, look at the bottom of your feet. Pull your toes back, stretching, and then bring the base of the toes together. So just like when we were sitting on our heels, lift up your heart. And now bring your toes, press them into each other, and then lean in. So your back will round just slightly, but then lift your heart and try to bring your elbows on the outside of your shins. Point the elbows down. You can also bring the elbows on the inside and then pull yourself in towards your feet. Breathing in and breathing out. So you can move your heels further away from the pelvis or closer in for comfort. Then begin to lift all the way up. Shoulders up and back. Bring your legs in towards each other. Hands behind, point your elbows to the rear, broaden through the chest, walk your feet out to the edges of the mat, and let your knees come in towards each other. And just lean the head back for a moment. Close your eyes. Now separate your knees and let your knees drop over to the left and then the right. Stay seated though. Stay seated on the mat and let your knees go side to side. A few more times, opening up the hip, relaxing the body. Feel the bottom of your feet, pressing into the sticky mat. Good, now cross your legs comfortably in Sukhasana. Easy seated pose and sit up tall. So for a 1 minute seated meditation, bring your hands to the top of your thighs. Palms facing down, or turn your palms up, and you can bring your thumb to touch the second finger. Just a light touch. Extension of the other fingers. So awareness to the crown of your head, tracing down the back of the head, down the spine, to the tailbone. And then along the body, seated on the floor, the weight on the mat, the weight of the legs, to the sides, the weight of your legs on your feet. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Open your mouths and exhale a full, long breath of air. Breathe in a deep breath. Lengthen the exhale. One more time together, an energizing breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Bring the palms together. Keep your eyes closed. Hands to your heart and bow your chins. In thanks and in gratitude. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. I appreciate you coming and joining me on your mat. I hope you had a good practice and you feel good and you're ready for the rest of your day, whatever time of day you're watching this. So my name is Kelly. Thank you, and I will see you again. Tomorrow is boot camp, bright and early in the morning, and hope you have a safe and relaxing Memorial Day weekend. Bye.